What do Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Cory Booker, Ilhan Omar, and Mitt Romney all have in common, besides being congressional politicians? They're all in favor of introducing a multi-trillion-dollar carbon emission tax and huge promoters of what's known as green energy. We've all heard of the Green New Deal, the highlights of which include ending the use of fossil fuels by 2030, decommissioning every nuclear power plant in the next 10 years, ending air travel, and rebuilding every building in the U.S. for state-of-the-art energy efficiency, among other many controversial provisions. Now, whether you're for or against the Green New Deal is not our discussion here today, nor am I going to address this from a political standpoint. Our personal feelings or political views be damned. We're here to make money, right? As traders, the only thing we should be considering is how we can personally profit from this situation. I realize to some that sounds coarse or crude, but if you don't like that idea, maybe trading isn't for you. As traders, we need to train ourselves to look at every situation from the point of view as to how it's going to move the markets, which markets will benefit and which ones will get hurt, and then figure out trading strategies that take advantage of those situations. I'm not here to pass moral judgment one way or another. I'm here to remind you of what you need to do to prepare for your own personal retirement and plan for your own financial future. And if taking advantage of emerging Green New Deal markets is how we do that, then so be it. Let's do that. In this video, I want to introduce you to three amazing Green New Deal markets for your consideration. The first one is AES. AES is a Fortune 500 company that generates and distributes electrical power. It's headquartered in Arlington, Virginia. It's one of the world's leading power companies, generating and distributing electrical power in 15 countries and employs 10,500 people worldwide and has an annual revenue over $10 billion. Okay, let's flip over and take a look at the AES chart. Okay, in AES, what we're seeing is a nice, big, huge, beautiful run-up. You just you just can't believe this type of a market when it occurs. Now, if we go back and we look at our technical analysis, just to draw a few trend lines, we can see that our trend lines come in here. We had a nice little rally up in here. The market started to break out using the bulls and bears of the Fibonacci sweet spot, and then it came back in and it dropped down. We went negative. This was kind of when the rest of the market kind of fell as well. This was the turnaround point. We got a nice little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation down in here. We got the confirmation with the bulls and bears, and man, this thing just took off like a shot, and it's been going up ever since. We've been waiting for a break, been looking for an opportunity for another ABC pattern in here. It's just so rare to see a market do this. We look for the ABC, and then this is another buying opportunity in here, and then a rally once again. So that's just a quick introduction showing you what's going on with AES. Again, we're looking for an opportunity to get into this market long once again as it continues to rally. We're just looking for that break. And if you're anxious to get into this market, a married put would probably be the best way to do it. Go ahead and buy your 100 shares now and pick up a couple of put options at the money to cover the downside in case this thing does collapse. It's not that I expect it to collapse, but markets do have a tendency to rally and then pull back somewhere into the Fibonacci sweet spot before they start to rally once again. And this market has a lot of strength. Whether it'll come all the way back into this region before it starts to rally once again is anybody's guess. But as you can see, this is where we're anticipating this market, and that blue light system is coming up in there. We've had a touch right here, but then it started to rally once again. So again, if you're anxious, you want to get into this market, I would protect myself with some to the downside with a couple of put options just in case. Okay, the next market I want to introduce you to is the Invesco Wilderhill Clean Energy ETF, symbol PBW. PBW is highly diverse in scope, reaching beyond just industry pure plays like wind, solar, biofuels, and geothermal companies. It also includes companies based on their perceived relevance to the renewable energy space. So let's go take a look at the PBW chart. The PBW chart is very similar to the AES chart. As you can see, it's taken off and doing basically the same thing. We've got a nice big beautiful run up in here. Draw a couple of trend lines right there, of course, where the blue lights cross, and these are our triggers and our setups. But we do have in here a nice rally. We have our second break right in here, our second opportunity, and then we are in the big rally once again. New highs again today. So just giving you a heads up again, this is just a quick look at PBW and where this little baby's at. The next market I want to bring to your attention is VanEck Hector Low Carbon Energy ETF. which is symbol SMOG, Smog. Smog holds a wide spectrum of companies that earn at least half their revenue from the broader renewable energy industry, which includes solar, wind, biofuels, and geothermal players, as well as companies focused on energy efficiency. Okay, let's jump over and take a look at Smog. Okay, and the last chart I want to bring up for you is Smog. Again, this is a relatively new stock that just started to trade about 9 months ago. So as you can see, it's been going through its nice, beautiful Elliott Wave patterns in here. One up for every down. The blue lights are giving those to us. We got our crossover here, our signal for the entry. We didn't get the break in here that we were looking for, the strong little break right in here. You can see this market just continued to rally, and it's just been on a tear ever since. So that's just kind of a quick summary of Smog. There are a number of other Green New Deal stocks that I want to mention that we don't have time to review here today, but here's a couple more stock symbols for you to add to your watch list and do a little further research on your own. There's QCLN, First Trust NASDAQ Clean Edge Green Energy Index Fund. There's TAN, T-A-N, the Invesco Solar ETF, if you love solar energy. We have ICLN, which is iShares Global Clean Energy ETF, and there's XEL, or Excel Energy Corporation, among many others. Keep in mind, whether you're for or against the Green New Deal in Congress, you can always be for Green New Deal stocks if they're rising and making you money.